This is a parsha where we begin with the plagues. And the question comes up, it says, Paro hardened his own heart. Okay? Now, how could, when people are watching what's going on, the plague of blood, right? Everything turns to blood. How could he explain that one away to his people? They show, oh, you can turn your staff into a snake, watch my magicians, and they can do the same thing. Except if you remember the movie, Moshe's snake eats the other snakes. But that's a separate, then it becomes a staff again. But so like he can explain these things. And so like you say, how can he explain the plague of blood? So Paro says, you know what? There's this little creature that inhabits the Nile way upstream. And every so often it comes down here, every once in 100 or so years. Moses, he knows what's happening. He knows that it's time for that to happen. Of course, he can't explain why it happens exactly when Moses says it's going to happen, but he has to explain it away. And the Egyptians are willing to listen to him. So they also are hardening their hearts. One of the things we have to remember about regimes such as the one that Paro is leading is, like I mentioned yesterday, his authority rests on people believing that he knows what he's doing, even though what he's doing, in the words of Barbara Tuchman, is the march of Folly, meaning he's making bad decisions and he's doubling down on those bad decisions. And the people around him agree with it. A number of years ago, there was a book, and this is a common human thing where people will agree with their leader no matter how stupid and absurd the things he says are. Remember, there are a lot of people who still in the Soviet Union, in Russia today, who believe that the Soviet Union was a good thing. Putin, if you ask him what was the worst thing that had happened in the 20th century, he said the dissolution of the Soviet Union. He actually has said that. And as you know, there was a book written a number of years ago called Hitler's Willing Executioners, meaning the German people agreed with what they were being told. So it's a matter of once you take that authority away, once you can strip that away, and as in the case of Egypt, eventually it is destroyed, literally, economically, etc. What is, and this is something that certain regimes have to be destroyed because they are evil on the inside, they're rotten on the inside. And all it takes is for someone to say, this far, no further. I'm not going to agree with it. And once you have enough people saying that, it is destroyed from the inside. By the time we get to the plague of the firstborn, the Egyptians are revolting against Pharaoh. So it is something. So like when Pharaoh says Pharaoh hardened his heart, you could see all the evidence in front of him. It didn't matter. He was not going to let the Jews go. And it's something for us to think about. We don't have a minion anymore, do we?